It's 5 o'clock. I ended up cowboy camping at the junction at the top of the ponds. They looked a little too far away. I didn't feel like climbing down the trail. It is 5:15. We are back on the Pacific Crest Trail. I haven't been this early in a very long time. Haven't been this early in a very long time. Most burgers ahead. 2 or 3 really nice neighbors. I'm sure I'm waking them up. Hiking out here on these rocks. There are some beautiful views around me. But whatever this thing is that I'm on right now is nightmare view. If you asked me to draw up a worst case scenario, it would be I get bad sleep cowboy camping at a spot I settled for, and then wake up and climb up a hill that looks like a mountain puked up all the little rocks that it didn't want on it anymore. I feel much better right now, for now anyway. I just stopped and got water. I had, I don't know, half a liter, 3/4 of a liter of water mixed with a orange flavored drink and 2 salt packets that you'd get at a restaurant. So that seemed to wake me up and make me feel better. The creek was right next to the tent site, and there were a couple of people I recognized there and a couple of people I didn't. Felt good to show up to get water. Have already hiked 2 or 3 miles, I think 3 miles, I can't remember. And some of those people were just waking up and breaking down camp, and some of them were still cowboy camping, sleeping in their tents. Some of them were just getting up to go to the bathroom. It's funny to see a camp wake up. There were at least 5 people. But yeah, that's the good thing about getting up so early. I mean, I never really fell asleep. My camp was terrible. I sacrificed sleep for miles yesterday, and I made a mistake. So I showed up to that pond, and I had already seen it, the lakes, the snow lakes, coming down the ridge. They just looked really far away. Far out says they're 0.2 down a trail, but it was all like shale rocks, slag, just terrible trail. And it looked a lot farther than 0.2. And it was downhill. I walked a little ways down there. Didn't have a good feeling about it, so I turned around because I did see some cowboy spots, and there were 2 tents. They were single person tents though, freestanding. So I don't know what their tent spots were like, but there were 2 girls. I think they were French or French Canadian. And they were calling over saying there's a 3rd spot. They were very nice. I'm afraid they're Sobos though, and I'll never see them again because yesterday I was surrounded by jerks, and I really let it affect me. I'm trying to be in a good mood, but I hate to admit that other people affect me. I'm working on that. But anyway, the third spot that was open stunk. I could never fit my tent footprint in there, so I cowboy camped, and it was a terrible idea. Tons of mosquitoes buzzing in my ears all night, at least 12 to 24 times. I was woken up by mosquitoes buzzing in my ears. And there were ants all over the place. At least 12 times I was woken up by ants crawling on me. So there was another spot probably a mile up from me, but at that point it was 9 o'clock, and I felt like I was already set up. I felt like I would be waking up or keeping up the two girls that were camped near me if I broke camp and left. And there was no guarantee someone wasn't in that spot. So when I walked by it this morning, someone was in that spot. They most likely were already there at 9 o'clock when I was thinking about leaving my spot and going to it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, I never slept for more than an hour straight. I was sleeping for like 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, laying there for hours at a time. Couldn't get comfortable. It was awful. So it'll be interesting to see how today goes, because it was still going to be a 25, 26 mile day. I feel better now, which makes me happy. Well, off in the distance out there, if you can see that dust settling, a tree just fell, and it was a big one, and it was loud. I don't know how far away I am from it. In case you were wondering if you needed to be careful in this section, heading into Crater Lake North, the trees are actively falling down. Gonna be pretty exposed this afternoon, and it's hot again. There is some shade, but not a lot. Just stopped at the water source. Everybody was there. So it's a couple of ponds. One's cleaner than the other. One's closer than the other. And then it's 13 miles, like 12.8, from the ponds to the access road to Mazama village. So there's a highway, I guess you can take and road walk. But there's a blue trail. It sounds better to me. And I guess you can push past that to go to the resort. But I think I'm just going to Mazama village. So my ETA is 6. I'd love to get there a little sooner. The sooner the better. Maybe resupply, get food to eat. I think burgers are the best option for dinner. Maybe burgers and a salad. A beer sounds good today, actually, 1 or 2. And then we'll just see how comfortable I am. I have very low expectations for this. It's free camping. I don't know why or when, but I kind of stopped filming today. I raced to the Crater Lake campground, and now I'm exhausted. It's a little past 5, and I'm actually going to lay down and take a nap. And then get up and probably shower. Well, set up my tent and then shower. Not the dirtiest shower I've ever been in. Not the cleanest. So I've showered, and I've set up my tent. Now I'm just going to head back and order some food. I think I'm going to get it to go. I'm not sure how late they're open till, but I read on Far Out that they have a long wait. And now I'm getting conflicting reports from what Far Out says and what reality says. So, but I still think I'll just get it to go to try to expedite the order. Far Out says if you get it to go, they put it down right away. If you sit down and order, it takes a long time sometimes. I also want to hit the general store, get a few things. I'll top off my resupply tomorrow. Pizza's not bad. It's kind of like Little Caesars, taste-wise. The burger was great, didn't last long. I might not have filmed anything this morning. I slept in as late as I could. Other hikers were getting up, they were being quiet, but I probably got up between 6:30 and 7. Fiddled around with my phone a little bit, and then just came down here and got breakfast at the restaurant. So now I'm gonna look to sit around here and fiddle on my phone. There's only Wi-Fi around here at the general store and the restaurant. Then I'll go back to my tent. I'm staying for a moment. Making my way down to the bathhouse again. I am going to wash my other pair of socks. I found this bar of soap in the hiker box. The hiker boxes here are really giving. They're like the giving tree. And somebody said, they took it a step farther. They said all the hiker boxes in Oregon are really good because everybody's mailing themselves stuff. So they're mailing themselves too much, or they have too much, and they're just hiker boxing a lot of food. But I've managed to get a lot of good things out of the hiker box here at the campground and then at the camp store. Washing socks by hand in a sink stinks. You never feel like you're getting them clean. You're wringing them out. It's an endless stream of dirty water. I really hope my feet appreciate what I'm trying to do for them. It is like 8:15 on Thursday. Mixed up a coffee. I'm gonna do things on my phone and go get something to eat down at the cafe and upload things. The crew last night was pretty quiet compared to the crew the night before, and the night I got in here, everybody was pretty quiet. I think it was just there were a lot more people. But this morning, able to sleep in, which was good. Just trying to rest and recharge, and my body should be in pretty good shape by the time I leave here. It's 10:02 and I am slack packing down this road to try to get some breakfast before 10:30. We'll see how they treat me showing up so late. I made it about 0.1 and I remembered I forgot my electronics. Not the first time I've done that on trail, second time. So I went back to go get it because it's helpful to charge them while I'm down here. That's the only inconvenient thing about this place is internet and electronics are 0.3 down here at the store and the restaurant, and camping is very rustic. No electricity, no Wi-Fi, but you get water and free camping, so I really like this place. People are coming and going. I'm not really getting to know anybody else, but I do like it here. The question is whether I leave tonight or tomorrow morning. You can't stay forever. Well, after spending a very long time up at the restaurant on my phone and eating a delicious breakfast, I am on my way back down to my tent to spend some time on my phone. And then I'll go back up there and get some internet and do it again. I scored some Element. I just dropped it in some oatmeal. I absolutely love the hiker boxes here.